The dominant force facing off against the demon duo and the angel on their shoulders. DreamHack, make some noise for SK Gaming and Reply Totem!
It's SK Gaming, the uncrowned kings versus the Roman Empire to kick us off in our first quarter fight. And already Angel Boy stunned up there by Joker, but has the damage off the super to convert. And Maru wants to step forward. He's looking dangerous in this spot. Yoshi flattened. Nice super there from the Mo, and Ope can only clear the ball. This composition is designed to choke Reply Totem out of the game, but there are many ways to break such a pincer. Angel Boy's going to be able to step forward in the Shadow Realm now and look to pressure on the Joker, but he's stunned up immediately. Tries for a super. It's not enough. Maru dropping low, and Maru does have super, but he's nowhere near close enough in health to be able to make use of it. Maru got to be caught in the hypnotize, and now SK get on the offense.
A nice help from OP to Joker. It should be enough to be able to walk this one through. It's going to be a goal for SK Gaming.
There it is. SK become a torrent on Reply Totem. As soon as they get on the front foot, the damage is undeniable. Here's Maru coming forward, but he was quite low, and Yoshi's able to fend him off himself. Big hypnotize. That is disgusting. Here's Yoshi. That's a residue gadget there, creating a slowing field, denying any further advance from Reply Totem.
Edgeworth's going in now into the realm, but he will come out on low HP. Can't afford to go too heavily onto the aggressive. Maru, though, popping some additional speed coming through. Maru pushed back on that right-hand side, but he has got super. He can go in at just the right time, but Edgeworth's clearing house so far. Joker's low. He'll fall. It's a 1 versus 3 and a straightforward goal for Reply Totem.
The problem for Yoshi is that he doesn't really have the damage output to deal with Lily if she's able to close the gap on the squeak quickly. There again, once more, it's going to be a flourish used by Angel Boy. Hypercharge being popped here. Ope trying to get forward, does pop his super, dumps it on himself instead. Angel Boy is going to emerge, and that was great timing from Yoshi, but he doesn't have the damage! Goal! Reply Totem! But they still need to finish the job. Angel Boy's going to drop there. Joker does have the damage to clean him up, and Maru's far too low. Slow and steady wins the race for SK Gaming, but Maru's able to clear the ball and buy Totem some time.
Fantastic. That was a really tough position for Reply Totem to keep the ice in their veins. Maru did fantastic work there. Joker, though, going in. He wants to get this ball passed through from OP, and he's found it.
Oh, what a gadget!
There's Angel Boy as Joker finds it. Yeah, Joker felt better of that weekend warrior on the Jae-Young, and I fully agree. It's devastating. Now, though, hypnotized, he should be easy pickings, but survives on nonetheless. He's got the heals now as well to support Angel Boy as he comes out of this realm. OP is getting some taps, but Angel Boy is going straight for the jugular. Finds OP East as well. Yoshi in a 1 versus 3.
No damage.
Now Joker, no hypnotized, off the line! Can he still go? Maru gets the drill!
Maru's going to be forced back. Ope, big damage, and a super connecting onto the Mo means that Maru's 1 shot away from being down, and he knows his goose is cooked. Here comes Angel Boy, though. Joker comes forward, hypercharge super, big hypnotize, and an easy walk-in. Unreal! SK Gaming!
But can they shut down Kaze? It's likely to be Joker on it. He's one of the best in the world on that brawler, in my opinion.
So we got through the drafts. Feels like SK Gaming are well positioned, but one mistake can cost you everything at this level. Maru with the montage already is going to be able to clear the way. Ope cannot fire into that super ability. And Yoshi here hasn't had a lot to shoot at so far. He's very mindful of not giving Angel Boy 3 supercharge by stepping into that ring.
OP being really cautious and not hitting any shots. What a fat storm from Joker. He's going to leave Angel Boy to step what's going down, and he does. Maori as well, victim of it. Another montage from Maori going in with a hypercharge already just to be able to claim back position power. But Yoshi's going to be healed up as well as OP once Reply Totem join this mid.
Joker needs to deal with Maru himself. Montage is very effective against both Pam and Meeple.
Another montage will allow Maori to push himself forward as well, and Angel Boy, full HP. He's waiting to get someone into the realm.
Joker has to run it back. He's going to go after Maru yet again. He needs to get rid of this Buster. Now that Pam hypercharge in play, that's a lot of shielding to work with. Joker has the cycler gadget to dive into the montage hypercharge, but he does finally get the better of Maru. And all the while, SK have been rotating Ope and Yoshi onto the point. When one gets low, the other one steps up and keeps capturing. Reply Totem can't deal with this oppressive level of map control. They've finally broken through, and there's a hypercharge super for Mori. That's going to slow Ope up, but Joker makes sure work of Angel Boy with a hypercharge Kaze. Reply Totem have to respect SK Gaming. They are bleeding out, falling further and further behind. They have to make a play, and now's the time.
Angel Boy might be able to make something of this. Joker just goes a little bit preemptively there and gets punished. Now Reply Totem catching up for lost time, but SK Gaming, they only need 10% the zone. And that healing station from OPE should be able to secure that right-hand side. Joker's lurking forwards. He needs to make a winning push for his team here. Be aggressive in that regard. Angel Boy forcing OPE into the round. Joker low on HP. It's getting so close. 95% apiece. Yoshi versus Maru. It's Maru that gets it by 2%. What a result for Reply Totem.
On the point, this keeps him ahead by a healthy margin, but that is starting to dwindle. Joker working the flank, gets some shots into Maru, but has to respect that super. Ope now will be able to step up as a hypercharge from the meatball, instantly shut down by Angel Boy. Yoshi doesn't want that smoke. Not going to try and challenge out the Cordelius, but Ope still cycling on the point, bit by bit. Fanstorm allows for SK to play up close, and Yoshi gets personal with Maru, right in his face, blows him up. And SK Gaming, this time, we're in much better shape late in the round.
95% in closing for SK Gaming. A nice people stun should buy a little bit of time. Just 3% left. Stunned on the zone is Yoshi. He actually is able to get it.
SK though have weathered the storm. That's all the super's gone for Reply Totem. Now they can start to play a bit more aggressively. Yoshi was in the shadow room, but now he'll emerge and be able to fight on the point properly. Mari's low, but Ope's frozen up. Does Pam have the damage? No. Forced away are SK Gaming. Now they're starting to slip, losing their control of this game. Angel Boy again, hypercharged super on Joker, rendering him useless, but Ope and Yoshi stand up in his stead. SK will even up the game, and now with 30% to go, it might be a photo finish.
Great work from Yoshi there, landing the taps, popping the hypercharge prematurely, but getting the shot, most importantly, to have the utility coming out. A montage from Maru. It's a big push here from Reply Totem from a huge meatball gadget, also stuns them out. But it's Maru low, and Angel Boy falls. It's surely the SK, they get it! I thought the healing station would be enough to deter him slightly, but no. He's continuing the advance and making so much opportunity for his team, allowing Maru to get these gems, and SK have got to adapt to it.
Yeah, Angel Boy's playing outside the window of this psychic enhancer, always making sure he's undetected coming forward. Joker, though, uses the gadget to ensure he has the range to clean up the alley. And now, this time, with early action favoring them, SK can take an early gem lead.
Yeah, great long arms from Joker. Trying to find Angel Boy beneath the wall. He's lurking so well and duking around it. Angel Boy comes out on top, but only just 400 HP to his name. In the meanwhile, though, SK have got 4 gems. Yoshi's got the healing station, placing it down now. They've got to be able to contest Maru, who's actually getting tapped up by Yoshi there.
Angel Boy needs to go down here. SK do deal with him. They're sitting on top of that healing turret, and Maru's been spotted out. Gravity made use of to turn it into a 1-for-1, and Maru's a little bit exposed here. He'll have to give that ground back, and Yoshi will get his spawn side gem and go up to 6. Oh no, Joker! He's gotten into the cookie jar, and he might get away with it all. Hypercharge at the ready. He doesn't bother to make use of it. He's done enough. Simply disrupting Reply Totem. He doesn't need to steal the gems, just get them dropped. This is getting sloppy for SK Gaming. This is a massive hypercharge trooping here for Ope. It feels more likely he'll use it defensively just in the name of safety, especially with those gems loose. Angel Boy's up to 7. Joker's able to shut him down and get them loose now. It's only Mari with them. Joker fancy to fight, but now that hypercharge on the Janet means he'll need to accept his fate. Great use of a super. Dodges away with still 5 gems, and in the backfield, SK go up to 12. Now they have to shift into defense. Mari trying to pressure over the top, but doesn't have a hypercharge, so doesn't have full air control. Joker trying to clap them back. He's low, likely to fall here. Ope can't body block, but the gems are safely in SK territory.
Reply Totem now dropping some gems from the mid that might be able to help him out, but they still got to get Yoshi. He is the main man on 10. He can get his down.
So low. Maru trying to get forward, but Yoshi is healthy. He's got a healing super to throw down. Angel Boy's too low, and so the uncrowned Kings take another step towards their coronation. Continuing to be flawless here at our World Finals. Can the little genius plot a course through stormy seas and get Crazy Raccoon into yet another top 4? Only time will tell. This is a map, of course, where you don't have those traditional lane assignments. A lot of diagonal play here, as Crazy Raccoon are favored with these early salvos and being able to pick up the blue star. Last 10 seconds now, this is getting a little bit dangerous. One Carlos here with a Vengeful Spirit gadget used by Moya. Still a magic hand in play, but it may not be needed. It's One Carlos falling. Tensai brings pain to his knees. And One Carlos off respawn's got nothing to do.
SDR are looking to get that magic hand for Moya and bring back the goods.
Pain there goes for a weakened warrior. Thinks there's a pick potential there on Milk Rio. One Carlos goes in, but Pain's able to trade it out at the same time, maintaining a 3-star lead for STMN. Now, Crazy Raccoon have to go after Pain or Tacos.
If Moya can grab Pain, it will be enough. The blue is with STMN, Tackles is low. He comes in for the support, it's in the perfect time. But Greer's low, but Moya tends to clear off the left. It's not done yet for Crazy Raccoon, they still need a kill. And Pain would be the ideal man, they can't close the gap. When Carlos comes into body block, and it's just enough time to allow his teammates to survive. A blue star for STMN yet again, as you'd expect. That's why you bring a Jaeyong. Still, Rio and Tensai trying to find Pain, who's doing a fantastic job of keeping his distance. Tackles is low, but still his accuracy is on point every time and just getting these nest eggs down for that insurance policy.
Moya, dangerous, caught in a nest egg, and Tacos converts. That's Tensai down. Juan Carlos here wants to pinch Milcrio. Pain needs to regenerate for a time, and Tacos was stuck in the corner. But again, look at the nest egg density on that right side of the map. Moya's already fallen. Tacos now with the hypercharge knows he can connect, but Tensai, it's all over for Crazy Raccoon. 7-star difference. So much to make up. They have to all in STMN without getting traded out.
They can find Pain and Juan Carlos. It can be done. Pain is now low. Moya with the magic hand. He's got the hypercharge.
No way.
Could he bring back two? It would be insane. Pain is now low. Marked up. They got one.
No way.
One. They get it. Full thing as a blue. And CR are running away. Daylight robbery. But it's not done yet. STMN. They got time for one final push. But it's going to be one to bring back goods. Pain can't get the reach. And CR, hold on.
Here's Moya, and already the dive here from Milcrio. Eventually this has to be responded to now as Juan Carlos wants to step up, and those ice cream fields do really add up over time. And Milcrio has a problem, and frankly, Pain's not in any position to answer him. Tensai deals with Juan Carlos. Tacos, it's only a matter of time before he's brought down. Crazy Raccoon might have comp here, Ark. I'm not sure.
It looks like my favorite of the two. Already so much damage has been dealt.
You can see how hard it is for Miko to hit a super, for Kit to hit a super on Miko. If Milcrio is in midair, that is straight up going to miss. And Pain can't do anything about this. Miko is a big problem. And now he takes the safe down to a paltry 1%. STMN aren't even in the same postcode as Crazy Raccoon in terms of progress on this round.
Can you imagine though if it was possible, but it's not going to happen. Moya with a beautiful hypercharge will ensure that there are no blunders. Moya with the gadget just goes straight for the safe. Shielded as well, and now being back for defense. It's a great brawler choice, very East Asia, and it's proving its worth. Safe is cracked, but also STMN are getting some very good damage now. 2 stages are down, and continuing so with the helping hand of the Kid and the Mina. This is exactly what STMN needs to respond like.
They have enough. They have enough damage.
Race, but it needs to be enough.
6% here for Crazy Raccoon. STMN have done enough. That Kid team up. So much damage from those yarn balls allows them to get ahead in the race against this Miko, and they've got to throw themselves at this. Tensai, though, of course, has the stopping power to make sure Berry can advance no further. But here comes Juan Carlos, here comes Tacos. They're hungry, they're looking for that save. 1-2 punch, and that's all she wrote. STMN, make a game of it. It has to be cleared the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, STMN there, floundering slightly. Need to play defense. Pain would love to get to the other side of this map, though. Place that healthy additive scadage onto the other side. Milcrio continuously getting damage now. That's the second stage down. Time is not on the side here of STMN.
They're too far behind to start all-in racing Crazy Raccoon. It's these shield stages are too much to deal with, and it feels like a little bit of an anticlimactic finish now as STMN will get crushed. Crazy Raccoon come to collect. Just because it's simple doesn't mean it's easy, but they make it look that way.
Oh, massive value from Tensai on that weekend warrior. Trends of one, and Tacos now putting the pinch onto Juan Carlos, coming from behind with the help of Moya. They get the kill. It's 3 versus 2 now, and Crazy Raccoon can just sit back, but they're not done yet. They're continuing the advance, and it feels like STMN may have met their match. Have they got anything left in the tank?
They're happy to respect this though. Juan Carlos throws the super down. Tensai eats a shot, but instead will just have to play patient after the fact. Here's Tacos. It's a 1-for-1. Milcrio's got to make use of that super. Hypercharge now in play for Tensai. Moya, though, a little bit low. The gas is creeping in, but these sharpshooters can get some value here as it closes on in. Moya on his own. Tensai now overwhelmed, and STMN refused to bow.
It's a must-win round for STMN. They're not out yet, they can survive on. Pain has got hypercharge as well.
Taco's here trying to fight in the middle. Juan Carlos wants to return, but Tenside's having none of it. Weekend Warrior popped. Juan Carlos going low. One more shot from Moya would do the job. He's desperately trying to get back into the map, but he can't heal because he's still firing those shots. Juan Carlos still 3, 5, 6, and 0 now. Death, Taxes, and Crazy Raccoon in the top 4. The sacred timeline is preserved.
Firecrow did get a pull through that wall, and that breaks up a little bit of the map. There's the Rocket Fuel, and then follow-up Rocket Rain, and the other two collect one as well. Response, swapping to these slipstreams, getting people out of the way, and they get another kill as well. And this is not what Loud wants to see. Early deaths and a lot of supers for the side of Revenant. A follow-up shot from Sergeant will see the last member of Loud going down, and now just one round between them in the first set.
Brass has been cut down on the left-hand side, but not too many walls yet. Brock starting to get to work on that. Now a long-distance gadget coming out of Coyote. Loud electing to play as an entire unit while Revenant space the floor. Hypercharge, it's go time for the red roster. Down goes Squeak, just 2 left for Loud.
Well, X9J being provided with speed here as well, but Adinho getting some really nice shots in. A Weekend Warrior from Response should see Adinho go down, but a gadget, a super just in time. Firecrow the only one remaining, and if he TPs it, he's getting obliterated by all 3. And that's exactly what happens as Revenant X take the first set in quite swift fashion.
With playing the Alligator, it needs to pop off. Gadget early for both members of Loud. Firecrow extinguishing one as well. Now Sergeant into the graveyard. Adinho passed up. Look at the teamwork. Execution here early from the boys in green.
Response down the left-hand side. Gonna be able to pinch in. Sergeant dashes through the wall. Kodok very low, and now the frostbite on the floor as Adinho trying to stop it, but unable to. And what a response from Response. A really nice Pam star power kept them in the mix there as it maintained that kind of low HP on Coyote, not allowing him to push forwards. Firecrow throws out this super and actually finds a connection to Sergeant, forcing him back as well. He'll just go back into the arms of Pam. A triple box here, but sadly for them, no super to be able to really deal some damage. Ali jumps over the top and tries to get some work done, but he's more of the same, absolutely obliterated off the map. Just Firecrow left alone. He's going to go for it now, but X9J powers forward. Firecrow boxed himself there, leaving Adinho very susceptible, so had to throw the super down just to stop Revenant from taking advantage of that slight misplay. X9J throwing out some shots. What hope the Loud have in overtime. With this alley on their side, Response with a super in hand. Scraps are not going to be used, but Coyote gets a nice kill there, and Sergeant needs to cycle out these supers and keep this mobility in overtime. What seems to be inevitable, but Revenant get a really nice super in Meeple's Mansion, in the right-hand side, and Sergeant will slide into this healing station as well and get some shield now moving forwards as Firecrow trying to defend, but a pass might be all it needs for Revenant to put the nail in the coffin. Super shot available, and Firecrow so low, and Adinho going to be low as well, and they can't stop Revenant's push in overtime.
Jay still with 8 gems in the pocket. Taking a lot of heat, gonna have to rely on Sergeant for a little cover fire. He'll dash forward, rockets raining from the sky, and he'll have to fall back for now. That's great contact though, gems filled, Response scoops 2, Firecrow there to answer.
And they don't even really need that either, but Sergeant does need to survive, and he's in a tough position here with the bouncing shots around the right-hand side from Adinho. Down to 40 HP, and Coyote jumping in. Jay's gonna go down, Sergeant still in the relevant Response. Eventually gets the bear for the first time in the set, and it keeps them in it. But the gems will be there from the mid now, and Revenant needs to be back in the mix.
Loud have to hold on for dear life. Sergeant has 7 gems. The aggressive brawler has to be much more cautious now. 10 apiece. This is going to come down to who can scoop and score.
Well, there's the 11th on the side of Loud. They get that going and the countdown starts. Now Revenant know they need to be in a position to get this reset. Hypercharge can be popped, and Sergeant is going to fall in the back line. Tries to throw something out, but can't. And all the gems are down there with no chance of a Revenant reset. And Loud going to cling on to the hope of the reverse sweep.
Loud have been here before. 2 straight games, that's all it takes to get to 1 semifinals. The hardest one to win is the last. Revenant are going to have to claw their way through it. There are no freebies on the world stage.
And they can't be picked off by Sergeant and X9J's range. Response just staying in this long-range dagger form, trying to get something done, but the pinches are coming in. And Adinho on the left-hand side with Kodog along with it. That's the kill on the right. I didn't even see that happening. Super supers there as well, and Kyodok trying to get the work done early on, but he's in spawn, and it's not his side. That should surely be a kill with a Weekend Warrior, and it is. Response still low, but they'll have time to heal. Response on the left-hand side has the Fanstorm in hand and can stop them from being able to see outside of it. Sergeant a super there as well, and they're going to cut off Adinho as he tries to aggress. He has a speed. There's the Sergeant super, but he's caught by the magic hand once more, and the gap lessens, but two of them fall, and Revenant extend again.
Positive elixir trade for Sergeant. He goes down, but his super cleans up. Now Adinho falls. South America's Kings. Now is the time to jump in, down to their final life, shouldering an entire region. Kyodog, right-hand side, speed going down for Adinho. The ball goes through. 5 stars being swung. Response, the man with the blue. Adinho in hot pursuit, but they cannot close the distance.
Question is, can they replicate that success once more? Now becoming really aggressive early on, but Luki swinging back and taking a kill along with it as well. The bubble's going to pop for Meow, and he's going to have to start fresh as Naui retreats down the right as the Otis is there.
They know they have to rotate. They are on the defensive hardcore. Semantic has a mute button available too. Luki now in the front lines, up in the face of the blue roster. It's a kick over, a pass. Boss pass to himself, defended, 165. Navi has to kick it away. Semantic has enough. This is going to be some serious mind games, but he finds the opening in the back of the net.
Naui pushing on the right side. Hypercharge has been collected, but he's not going to be TPing up there anymore. Meow tries to do the same thing Semantic's just done, but a good defense and a wonderful clearance, but a two-piece for Meow, and he will just await this pass from Gero and equal the score.
Grass is about to be real green, and an open field emerges as overtime clicks. Now it's Gero. Faster blaster on the right-hand side, slicing up the map. Now it's Meow leading the brigade. A super available for Navi as well if he wants to go in. Boss dodges it out. Can he dodge the sword? Oh, and he gets the kill. Semantic, alongside his teammates, have 3 red members.
Super close there and just narrowly able to avoid the big bubble. The Hank was trying to pop on all of them. Now it's Humble's turn to aggress. Little missed shot there from Luki, doesn't get the knockback. The bubble I don't think made any connections either. But Semantic will pop a hypercharge and keep this aggression going. Luki narrowly surviving, but Gero will pick it up. And it's FUT surely back in the driver's seat as the hypercharge is popped by Gero.
Both these teams running out of time. Humble 1 up in the set. 1 goal would give them the lead. FUT on the defense. Super speed to try and hold them off. Not enough. 10,500 health points hurtling its way up the middle of the map. But Boss is the one who delivers the kill! Time to come alive, FUT Esports. Your 2023 champions. And you need to show it here. But it's a different year, a different time. And it could just be another year. Humble, back one, gain a trophy. They've already got a belt at home. What's one more? The one little monkey on the bottom right-hand side is doing enough to equate to what the full FUT offense is doing. You can start seeing the vision of why Meeple was picked. They want to get shots through walls. That's why they matched with El Primo. He can jump over anything, can get in your face at any moment, and he's dishing out a lot of damage here. FUT have taken a lead now.
That was disgusting. I don't know if he was just giving it to his teammate or that was the best prediction of all time, but we'll give him the credit when it's required. There's the last break for the side of Humble, and Miko still in an aggressive position. He's just going to go up. It's going to be a base race, but Gero goes down. Luki's coming up with the hypercharge. Can they add more damage to the safe? He's going to come out with a lot of ammo. Meeple's there, and so's the damage for Humble. Match point up next.
A strong hold in the middle. Luki dropping a super, making a few tags on the shade with the right-hand side. Now Gero flanking left. They've spaced the floor. Now up the middle. It's a full onslaught coming in from FUT. They're willing to make this trade. It's still Semantic on the lower end. It's going to require an excellent defense here as Navi tries to strike. No! Boss survives! Oh, look at this! Now it's just Meow. They don't have enough damage, and Semantic is continuing to pour it in.
I mean, Gero's leaving again. Semantic's going to get the last crack required. And they're coming up top. He's up against 2 players, and one of them has a hypercharge. They're eventually going to be able to clean up the defense and start moving forwards. But now he has a hypercharge in hand, but a lot of work to do. Boss powered up down the left-hand side, all of them playing mid. Can Semantic get the break he needs? He gets realmed, but that takes Meow out the mix for a while as well. Well, now coming forwards, Meow's going to be able to realm, but he gets nothing back. That was hypercharge too. Gero's just going to try and defend, but a Meeple super will stop him. Semantic coming up, and he should be able to get it done as the 2024 World Champions take down the 2023 champions.
Crazy Raccoon have issued a challenge. A gauntlet has been thrown, and it's up to SK to respond.
Well, Yoshi already tapping. He was doing a beautiful Meeple game earlier. The kick can jump out of the box. That's the problem now as well. So Meeple's gadget going to be a little bit less effective. Joker with some huge arm. Weekend Warrior gadget off the Jae-Young. Tenzo though has now got jump. Moya trying to find that bubble connection, but slightly missing. There's the long arm swipe of Joker, keeping CR on their toes. Yoshi just trying to tap in to Moya and Tensai.
So much healing available here to Moya, of course, with Tensai sitting in the backpack. Joker's just got to get out of the map. There's no escape, no hope.
Charge from Yoshi. They're going to have to utilize it as much as possible. Great taps onto Tensai. He's forced to jump onto the shoulders of his teammates. OP with a massive ability. Oh my God, cycling it tremendously well.
Easy
a
goal.
big grill falls. It's going to be SK that get themselves a game. I've got a really solid comp. They've got to keep bringing in the time warps of this thing. So already a lovely walking cane from Joker. And immediately Moya goes down.
And Ope is so far up the map, still alive. That is massive. He'll just get some free capture progress here. Use the healing, the innate healing his star power offers him, and keep stacking up the Benjamins. 24% and counting. And SK Gaming looks like they might have figured it out.
Okay.
And this is what they want to do. Rotate onto the point, just throw themselves now at Crazy Raccoon. They've got such a lead, and Ope appears in a flourish of flame. Tensai at risk of being burnt to a crisp, but Ope's going to back up. 76% and counting. SK Gaming are relentless. They are a tsunami, and they refuse to be washed away. Moya now can only look on. He doesn't have the health to contest this. And SK Gaming find the right answer amidst the chaos. Crazy Raccoon, back to the showers, back to the drawing board. It's an SK Gaming set.
Joker needs to stay on Tensai. It made such a difference in the last game. Moya's solid on defense this time round. Only 6% there for SK Gaming. And now a chance for a CR push. Moya still utilizing those legs. And that's speed gear. Milkroy is lurking on that right. A great move from Yoshi. A swift and early takedown.
Super still being flashed. The bounce off the wall is immaculate. And Ope's able to deal with Tensai. Traded out instantly there. But good use of that super. Shutting Milkroy down from Joker. Moya's able to survive the gravity here, but Yoshi and Ope will be on defense. Crazy Raccoon have a slim lead, but that Fanstorm is going to increase it further. 10 seconds left. Moya, a little bit low, forced to double back. Tensai has to be addressed. He needs to be dealt with. And there's a safe crack here. It could be all over. And SK Gaming get run roughshod into the dirt. Crazy Raccoon will stand in their way until the very end.
No mistake about it. Good taps as well from OPE. And he's got the super as well to hand. Moya low. Little Greer forces then the hypercharge. Joker's evading it just then. Oh my word! What a rocket rain! A hypercharge from Milkreal will steal it. And now 2 versus 1. And OPE cannot contest it. The first round goes away at Crazy Raccoon.
Still hitting some good taps on Moya. But Crazy Raccoon navigate that round pretty well. You can see these are long games. The gas is almost a guarantee to come in.
Great shoot. Oh no, Joker! The overextend on that right-hand side. And another rocket rain will steal OPE yet again. Crazy Raccoon are getting very, very comfy. And if SK Gaming don't wake up, their EME dream of being in at least the grand finals will be over. It's now or never. If Yoshi can alleviate things a little bit and try to get the upper hand, but these wall bounces from Tensai are brutal. Now a nice poison connection from the gadget, and OPE is connecting left, right, and center. Another one onto Milkreal, a heal for himself. This is better, but OPE is working overtime here.
Yeah, very, very busy with the lane on the right broken up. Milkreal can get involved. Run of walking cane, just what the doctor ordered. Now Joker wants to push the issue, get aggressive, find a tap on Milkreal. He's so close, he can't miss. And now it's all down to Tensai in the back. He'll try and make a swift exit from this round and not feed another super over to anybody on SK.
Yeah, signs of nerves, signs to come through for SK, but that was better.
Right side of the map is still broken up. Milkreal has the option to go after Ope should he see fit. Hypercharge here for Ope. He's going for it, at least threatening to do so. Holding onto the super though is there's no good opportunity to make use of it. He instead use it for healing. Joker needs help. Milkreal's coming in. He's going to make this an unavoidable rocket rain if SK aren't careful. Good response, good damage. Joker TP's forward, but Tensai's in his way. The sandbag stymie that attempt to thrust. The Crazy Raccoon now on the back foot. Tensai taking too much damage. Poked down. And the mad doctor in Ope is able to take him out of the running.
Ope's going absolutely crazy, and these taps now from Joker were landing. A missed walking cane though. Moya's still very, very beefy here. It's 2 versus 2. Moya's Loris is no PE now. He finds a great talent to Milk Rio. He's surely got one. Can he survive? He'll for himself. Moya is low, but Obey is lower. He will fall. Tough time now for CR. They've got to be able to come forwards. Moya has got a hypercharge that can be absolutely devastating. But Obey with a huge tap. He's targeting him specifically. And now CR are pushed back. The gas is coming in.
Good taps. Tensai getting low. Has to duck behind the sandbag and a walking cane catches Moya. Here's a hypercharge though. Yoshi can't get away. Oh no! They don't care for fairy tales. They don't care for legacies. They'll leave muddy footprints on your memoirs. Crazy Raccoon are done hunting trash.
Sergeant got to be cautious not to feed this lead over. He's going to extend it, in fact, and get away as well.
Split second and you'll miss it. Ali just rests in that grass, waits for just a sliver of a moment to dive in, drive an isolated kill. Otherwise, it's just a lot of damage. If you're piling up on brawlers, they have an opportunity to land more shots on you. So Sergeant has to be very strategical about these kills. Oh, the long-range pull! Jay with a nasty mark.
Pull again for X9J. He's got to get that off and deflate this push before it starts. Semantic starts to come in. There's the fans from all 3 of them caught into it. Jay doesn't know whether to throw this out or go aggressive. Finds it out of nowhere, but Semantic gets a massive heal. 3 dashes don't do anything, but Sergeant falls. Humble, find the necessary kill.
Just 2 days ago, they lost to Crazy Raccoon in a reverse sweep. If you're Revenant, you just have to keep telling yourself, if we can beat CR, we can beat Humble too.
Well, again, Semantic on a tear off the start. But once more, it is X9J who walks away with all the gems after the initial interaction between these 2 teams. He'll get some slipstream, some heals along the way, I'm sure, as Response sits behind him and waits for Sergeant to make his move.
Luki, though, has not moved an inch. He's still in the middle of the map. Now he's going to scoop the other side and teleport away as well. This trade just keeps happening. This time, though, it's not even a trade. It's Revenant losing the numbers, losing positioning. Now Humble have opened the walls.
Real rough stance there on the right-hand side as Sergeant goes in really aggressive and can't even get the trade. And that's 9 for Luki as Semantic comes in, gets 1, gets 2. And Sergeant, the last hope for Revenant. But Semantic drops into the realm and retreats all the way back. Luki's got the 10th and Semantic still alive, ready to fight it out.
Revenant have to climb all the way up the map, but they've already lost 1 of their number. Boss, right-hand side, they have no idea where Luki is, sitting comfortably in the back of spawn. It's been an incredible journey so far, but now they have to pull off the ultimate reverse sweep. Down a game in the 3rd set. Didn't even grab 10% in game number 1. It's a trade on the outset. Scrapsucker up the middle of the map. Luki forced away. This gives Response an opportunity to climb the map, scale up to this top left-hand side, and elect whether or not to use a wall break, and that's exactly what it does. Piggy bank on the ground.
Well, the super comes out, and it's a great connection, but how much can it do? Boss really low, but he's just going to assume the point and get some more percentage on the zone. Boss now rotating to the left-hand side. Luki low, and Sergeant getting some good aggression, but he falls low and has to back right off.
That's a good wall break from Sergeant, a follow-up kill as well. Southeast Asia superstar has to be perfect the rest of the way. Humble have approached 50%. Revenant X finally moving up a little bit, but they have to maintain positioning. It's finally a fight. Revenant have given themselves a chance, but Humble keep chipping away. Less than 20% to go for Revenant. Now Semantic flanking on the left-hand side, waiting for his team to regroup. They're spacing the floor. Now a Meeple Mansion going down the ground. Hypercharge for Jay and a super out left. This is double Larry action.
Yeah, big hypercharge from Semantic as well, switching positions, getting this Pam hypercharge turret down, and it needs to go. Boss moving forwards, but Response got to be close to super as he just popped a hypercharge, but not got it just yet, and just not allowed by Boss to get that off. Throws it out to the left-hand side, Semantic still alive, 10% needed, and it's go time for Revenant.
Humble, less than 10% away from repeating the past year. Boss standing tall, backs up, and in a weekend of unpredictability, who would have thought we get a rerun of 2024's World Finals?
Humble Giants versus the Little Genius and his merry band. Crazy Raccoon and Humble renew their rivalry one last time on the biggest stage there is. Make some noise, Stockholm, it's Brawl time!
The stadium erupting. Semantic already making a dash there with the Lily going into the realm, immediately finds Milk Rio. Finds the upper hand as well. The heals from Luki weren't enough. He falls down, pushing more and Tensai then into the mid. Burns the grass just a little bit, gets it onto the safe most importantly as Humble are behind in terms of the objective. Semantic into the realm, going to be coming out, made a few early swipes there, maybe a couple of signs of nerves coming through as Tensai stays alive at 403 DPS.
Gregory is doing some serious lifting right now. Tensai's made so much space off that super. Milcrio, of course, with a damage reduction shield, is able to stave off Semantic, and Humble have been stuffed into a corner. Now, very, very far behind in this round. Their safe damage important, but that elimination even more so. Boss now with a hypercharge, can't quite make full use of it. Moya's going to burn down, and Gregory with some acupuncture on the safe. Going to make short work of Humble if they're not careful. Tensai will dodge, duck, dip, dive, dodge away from the boss damage, and he'll have one last shot on the safe. That's all she wrote, folks.
Boss will lick the map up yet again. Milcrio, despite the shield, will fall down. Moya on 149 HP, but a lovely TP with the ego. He stays alive in a good position. Cycles it as well. And they actually get the pick up of Semantic as a result of it.
Semantic got completely stifled there. Tried to come forward on the Lola, but Moya had other plans. 50 seconds left in the round, and Humble have a healthy lead, but they need to get out of their side of the map. Tensai a little bit low. The bush cover's getting pretty limited, and Semantic finally is able to bring down the Lola. Diving in goes Milcrio. Shield active. Boss falls, and Luki's stuffed into a corner. Gregory alone is enough to count for the Byron, and Luki needs help stat.
Important taps there from Luki on the right-hand side. Gets a good gadget on to Tensai, but he's still alive. Boss on the left-hand side is weak and weary. He needs some help.
Humble need a safe crack here to be truly comfortable in this round. Milcrio's going to find some poke damage now on Humble's safe. It's down to 73. Luki's got to be wary, got to crawl away. Tensai shots are coming in to even this game up. 5 seconds left and Humble have a slim lead, but can they maintain it? 61 and counting. It looks like they've made it, but only just. Our first set hangs in the balance. Humble breathe a sigh of relief. Semantic back off respawn, but Tensai's in a position to get some free damage. This game hangs in the balance. 4% separate these two, and Boss and Luki need to get active to regain control of mid.
Yeah, Boss chose to go on the aggressive with his super early on rather than just burn the bush. That Choo-Choo gets some free damage. Boss on 52 HP, helping hand there from Luki, keeps him alive.
What healing?
Moya's going to burn. Semantic in the realm. Milcrio comes out on top, and Humble now will reclaim this mid.
Insane moment there from Luki. Boss, by all accounts, should have been dead to rights there, but the Byron healing kept him standing enough to win out the exchange, and now Humble are on the front foot once more. Hypercharge super explodes, a little bit of damage onto the safe, but more importantly, Milcrio's scout is taken. Tensai to step forward. Luki needs to dodge these shots, and he'll be happy with a 1-for-1. Everything coming up Humble now. 25 seconds left in a round. A safe crack finally achieved, but Semantic needs to double back and defend.
Milcrio finds Boss on the right-hand side and is on the stiff, getting damaged. Now his teammates join that mid. Tensai now for hypercharge. A massive burn from Boss to respond against it. 75%, the save is correct. They already need one more shot.
They're going to get there.
And that's going to be the one to steal it, surely. Crazy Raccoon will take the first set. Humble are immediately behind. Tensai low, the left-hand side. Nice gadget, back to the fixture. Will keep him in the mix. On 664 HP. Boss still trying to find these connecting shots. There's one onto Milcrio that will be very valuable. As Luki stays firm here, the defense booster gadget should be enough, and a great break just in the nick of time. A 26-second goal for Humble.
Humble and map control. They have plenty of damage. Our concerns from draft have been alleviated. Gadget here now from Ruff that's going to, again, clear the area around the ball. Allow for Luki to heal himself back up. He came up second best with a couple of salvos from Milcrio's Jaeyong on the left. Of course, hot for Milcrio, a burst of speed and attempting to throw out some damage, but here we go. Hypercharge super comes on in. Semantic can make good use of that. Moya also licking his wounds after that supply drop connected, and Luki is still alive, still standing. Here come Humble. Semantic's heard his hypercharge, but doesn't need to use it.
Draco's up there, no doubt about it, but it takes a while to earn it. Now, different story. TR have a much better start now, pushing him back. Semantic will fall on that right-hand side, leaving just Luki and Boss to defend. Luki gets the ball, puts it into the side here, but Tensai will bring it straight back forwards.
Yeah, Luki gives up his life just to make sure Semantic can still be relevant defending this push. And you see how good that Ruff gadget is. Buys it so much time. Luki's able to get into the game. Humble are back to full strength now. When this Draco Super, without hypercharge empowerment, is pretty short range. He's going to go for it though. Going to throw himself at those goals. Boss optionally opens up the map and simply has to walk away. He knows he's cooked.
Really enjoying the pinch between Boss and Luki. Working together so harmoniously. But down goes Semantic immediately. This Draco is dangerous. These kills from the Jaeyong are keeping Moya so much more in the mix. Boss shuts it down now, finally. Luki can't really close this gap. He's got to heal up first. Milcrio with the speed, trying to get Tensai into a position where he can make something of this ball. The time warp as well allows for a much easier juking scenario on this left-hand side. But again, still protected by Semantic, who's nice and healthy.
Okay, Moya's going to charge his way through. Nobody can stop this Draco. He is unstoppable. And a cheeky stop through from Moya evens up Brawl Ball. They're being so methodical about this Humble, so careful. As soon as Milgrio pops a Weekend Warrior, Luki jumps away to safety instead. Now, though, he's going to have to pop his shield. He needs to stand and fight, and he doesn't last long, I'll tell you that much. Boss also not long for this world. Semantic, does he have the damage to stop this? What a clear, but it's not going to buy him enough time. Milgrio drops the ball, and Luki is back on deck. Tensai, frustrated, will go down, and Humble are back in the game.
Unreal from Humble. They've got to turn that defense into a valiant offense. Luki has got the hypercharge, and if he can time this right, get maximum value, the Weekend Warrior of Milgrio might see his demise. He jumps away. He now has to earn it back. Tensai falls so quickly. Humble has got to hold on. I feel like with this comp, they do have the advantage in overtime.
Yeah, they want this overtime. They've been trying to break the map up all game, and now it's going to happen for them. Boss with a hypercharged super. Everybody with one in their hands on Humble's side, but here comes Moya. He is burning them to the ground. Outranged though by Luki as he is. Humble need to fight. Ball cleared, crossed to the right. Semantic with the invulnerability is going to be able to get it out of the way, but this is not enough. Not remotely enough from Humble. A crazy Raccoon having none of it. Tensai gets a blue star, but it's going to be punished with a hypnotize off the back. What a stun though. That is brutal. Luki could be able to drag himself away, but Humble are down by 1 star after that exchange.
Oh, an overextension there from Boss also on the left-hand side, and Tensai will pick it up. It's going to come in quite handy, but Milgrio will have the knockback too, and there it is.
Not enough.
Spread against the wall and pushed forwards.
Where's the damage?
Luki gets the Cocoon off as well, and the blue star now with Humble. 7-star lead.
Semantic's going to be able to get away after that as well. The Cocoon from Luki was instrumental. They needed a lot of time to actually eliminate Milgrio through that shield. These Spiderlings, by the way, are actually very good. From all 3 brawlers, they are going to ask for a shot, and Semantic is going for it. This guy is unhinged. Solo runs down Tensai. Says, what's a 2-time to a king? Beautiful stuff. Milgrio the next to fall, and Humble are looking like they're back.
I love that from Luki and Semantic there. Ensuring that pickup is right at the cusp of the Charlie range.
Are they going to get to 20?
I mean, at the moment the CR are playing, it's so passive. And Semantic just keeps going in. Now he might be a bit overextending.
Too much.
Gonna fall down now. 8 stars to 14. Humble have got to be cautious here. They've got a lot of stars above their head. 9 to my count.
Semantic's more. Semantic's hand got forced there by the Meeple super. Had to go forward. Knew he would get just peppered with shots from behind that wall. But now he's got a hypercharge. That's a guaranteed connection off that super. Well and truly, in we go. Semantic looking for a double hypnotize. He hits it. Jackpot for Semantic. And Milgrio back to the wall. 1 star away. Humble get to 20. A definitive answer.
It's again not the strategy which I'm sure they were looking to implement. So they're adapting on the fly. Again, Boss overextending that left-hand side. Tensai going to be low, but no one there to contest him. And already, Moya's got the peak.
Semantic's healthy enough here to tank this, as is Luki. Pete might be intended for the Byron. Boss has to pop that gadget to stay alive. Great footwork though, dodging from Moya. This guy with the mechanics taking space. As Moya's going to be forced back. No respect offered by Boss, but Luki might have flown too close to the stun.
Yeah, tough there for Boss. Couldn't really have reacted much faster, but may have wanted to preempt it. Semantic does find the hypnosis connection onto Moya. He'll fall. It's going to be a trade out though. Now low again, got to be forced out to use a gadget. Peep coming in, he can't break on this left-hand side. Semantic going forwards though, but Rue is low. They'll find him. The blue star still with Crazy Raccoon now. Moya comes out, the Cocoon goes down immediately. Humble have got the lead. A massive kill from Bust. Straight back to spawn.
And the mid looks so easy. Semantic simply wanders up in the direction of Crazy Raccoon and does the thing. Great Cocoon from Luki. Now Tensai tries to get forward, looking for an opening, but that Meeple super gets used pretty deep on the map and can't be effective here. Here we go, once more, Semantic steps up. He needs that healing from Boss, and it's not enough to keep him alive. Humble might have thrown this away. Tensai trying to get a little bit of space, but Crazy Raccoon have a 2-star lead, and there's no way for Humble to regain it. Teetering on the edge, again are Humble, as Crazy Raccoon stamp their authority on the round. Humble need to fight their way back into the map, but right now they are being boxed in. The trash compactor begins to crush. Return to sender on the Boss, doesn't bother him. Moya's starting to tick low. That's the opening for Humble. Now they can get that map control they've been sorely needing.
But one wrong step, and Humble are done for. They can't overextend now. They're just going to buy down the clock and hope for the best, ensure a kill towards the end. As we approach the 15-second mark, CR are going to push.
It can't be over here. It just can't. Humble now to stand and fight for the right to continue to compete for the World Championship. 9 seconds left. Milquario starting to pinch on the right-hand side. He pops his super 10 side. Looking at Semantic. He's looking like a tasty morsel. In he goes. Able to get away as well with a super, but not to safety. Crazy Raccoon. The king of old has returned to claim his dues. From the dumpster to the throne. A rags to riches story. Stuck on repeat. Crazy Raccoon have ascended once more to godhood in Brawl Stars. A clean sweep of the 2024 champions. Humble with not a word to say.